Hello everybody and welcome into... Oh, that's a bit too loud. Yes, I've already seen that. That is rather loud and distorted. Let's hope that works. Gonna do the usual, guys. Let me know if that is too loud because that's going all the way over into the red. And we shall wait for the comments. 10 seconds behind apparently. So we'll just... Yeah, so it is too loud. Okie dokes. Bear with me, guys. I'll just change the input volume. Ooh, excuse me. Let's put it down to 70. I dropped that down from 90 down to 70. So, yes, I did, Rob. Yeah, I've already done yours as well, Andy. So let me know about now because I have dropped it. I can drop it again. I've got loads to play with on that. Obviously, I'm quieter than Grace is, so Grace has got one volume and that's screech. So is the sound okay now, guys? 5x5. Okay. Right, we shall start from the top. Welcome everybody in. And the first ones in are John and Holly. Welcome in, guys. And then Tony and Marilyn. Welcome in. John, Holly, and Hermitage Pete. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Go down. Excuse the squeaky chair. I need to put some oil on it. And Scott Wood. Welcome in, mate. I think I replied to your comment on the video. I'll catch up with you, mate. Scott, Tony, and Scott, and Paul Woods. Welcome in, mate. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Rally's 56, Chris. Good to see you, buddy. Scott, Paul, Scott, John, Chris. It's hard work. This is scrolling. Get RSI in the wrist or one. Did I tell you I used to have that? I used to have to wear a brace on my hand because I got RSI. I know it wasn't from that either. Get your minds out of the gutter. And then put them back in there. Brian, welcome in, Brian. Chris, John, Holly. I'm just reading. I know you guys are all talking to each other, so I'm just trying to catch up who's in, that's all. And Double O Gauge Journey, thank you for your comments on the video. Can't remember your name. If you want to share it, or if you don't want to share it, it's entirely up to you, buddy. But yeah, Double O Gauge Journey has commented on quite a few videos, so it is nice to see you in the live streams as well, bud. And Tom Houston, welcome in, mate. Hope you're keeping well, Tom. Chris, Double Gauge, Scott, Bry. So if anybody's speaking directly to us, just feel free to repeat it. We all know you ignore me anyway. And Rich, welcome in, bud. Hope you and your missus are keeping well. And Andy, yeah, got yours sorted as well, Andy. Andy's live stream tomorrow, 1300. Link will follow at the end of our stream. If I've missed anybody and if I've passed your name, just swear at, no, don't swear at me, just shout me again. Don't swear, we get told off. King Julian,
A little more.
Oh, a bit loud.
Going on too loud.
Well, it's a bit too quiet. And Simon, SJ Trainwheel, welcome in, mate. I know you've been absolutely hammered by the snow over there. And that's the thing. Inch of snow, UK grinds to a halt. You ought to see what Simon's been through this week. It's incredible. Scott, Tony, said it. Energy Grove, Pete. Did I say hello? I did say hello to you, didn't I, Pete? I think. If not, hello, Pete. Andy Bo, Andy Bendy. Jump. Where did it jump from? Oh, where did it jump? Oh, yeah. your mum's saying good evening. She's not staying long. She's off to bed soon.
Oh,
And Cole. Go on, sorry.
I am Mum.
Yeah, that's a bit too quiet now. You're taking the mic.
No, I'm just speaking.
Welcome in, Cole. Good to see you, bud. And Marilyn, always good to see you. Such a friendly lot, all saying hello tomorrow. Tonight. No, I read that because I was reading Marilyn saying it's Craig's birthday tomorrow, and I got the two mixed up. There's no hope for me. Shut up. Best way is to shout, yeah, God help us, John. God help us. And Pippin Junction, welcome back in. Always good to see you. And Paul Weaver, welcome in, bud. Got an echo, 2 mics. Shouldn't be, but I am not. Bear with. Not as far as I can see. I'm not going to deny it, but not as far as I can see. There shouldn't be. There's only one audio input, which is the ESSI. Let me know if it carries on, though, because I can always turn it off and on. Junction. Marilyn. Maura, welcome in, darling. John, are you sure it wasn't from that, Rob? Wasn't sure from what, John? You're scaring me. Not as much as Martin Shipman scared me. Shipman, I should say. I'm at least 4 there. Oh, we have a new Bridge of Doom. And we have a new Bridge of Doom. You pass me it. The old new Bridge of Doom went in the bin because it was too flimsy. Chipboard. And the new one.
I was thinking about it. I think we have the chipboard from on the top.
Yes, we did.
And that's the one mistake on the layout. I wish we'd have done it all in that board.
So, the new Bridge of Doom, which is made from better wood, and you see from the curve there, it actually cuts in better. Got strengtheners on it. So, shouldn't have done that. That's solid. It's solid.
This is the wood you'll be needing, Mum, not the chipboard.
Yeah, don't get the chipboard. Mark. No worries, Mark. Welcome in, mate. Good to have you in. King Julian, how you doing, Rob? Oh, good. No sympathy required, honestly. And I'm not after it. A couple of weeks back, get a phone call because I'd forgotten all about my shoulder. I needed to go back because when I was assaulted. Heard nothing. Gave up. Anyway, got a phone call a couple of weeks back. Can you come in for an arthroscopy? I think it is. Basically, I was in the hospital yesterday, down, not my local one, much further down. And they put a rather large needle into my shoulder. They fill it full of saline. And then they put dye in it. And then I went for an MRI scan. And it's hurting today. It is hurting. But thank you for asking. Pippin Junction, how are you both doing? Yeah, not bad. We're really keen to start reconstructing. We're almost there. 99% of Dabby Junction 1.0 is gone, courtesy of Grace, and it has all been Grace. I'll explain why in a minute. So most of that's gone. Thank you to Jason Barnabas Junction. We are awaiting a roll of 6mm foam insulation. If I can, I'll pop a link in. And instead of using cork, the whole of the boards, the idea now is all of the boards will have this 6mm foam insulation on. Do you know yourself, when we've been running trains, it sounds like a thunderstorm, and you don't get to enjoy them when it's that noisy. Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, if I've missed any bit. Grant Salisbury, hello, Rob and Grace. Hi, I hope we're all well. Good to see you in, Grant. And Leicester Station, Gary. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Chris, ignore me. I had 2 windows with my stream open. Yeah, that'll do it, Chris. That'll do it. But it's better than somebody else who had it paused for 45 minutes. Richard, hi, Rob and Grace. Both okay. The rebuild's coming up. There's no rebuild at the moment. There's no rebuild. DNR Rail. That's quite funny. Well, in our job, isn't it? There's a guy here whose channel is DNR Rail. Now, the reason is, with both, obviously I'm in green. Both of us being ambulance, DNR means do not resuscitate. But cracking handle, mate. Gary. And it's jumped. Ray. Where's Ray? Is that Ray Bertelson that's jumped in? I can't see his comment. Oh yeah, Ray up there. Sorry, Ray. Didn't see you up there, mate. Welcome in. Paul, happy birthday to PH wife. John, sorry, Rob, when you said you were suffering. Oh, yes. Shut it, John. Just shh. I'll set Holly on you. I'll message Holly and I'll set her on you. And you know she will, if I ask her nicely. And Captain Static's in the house. Evening, John Holly. We're okay, fed up now after work and now washing. Where's my cider, Mark? Where's my cider? What cider are you drinking? We need to get some more of that cider, don't we? We do. That stuff we had up in Liverpool. Brian, hiccups already. Hi, purple one, he says. Feeling a little bit under the weather. Again, something I am going to address in a minute. Andy, I sent a pic from Donny. Oh, do you want to have a look, Chris? Where have you sent it to? Where have you sent it to? Because I'm not signed into. I'm signed into the work one. Bear with. Not there. So business maybe.
Andy isn't on Facebook.
Text. Oh yeah, of course. I've got them on text, haven't I? Nope. Oh, I haven't got a text. Did you send it to your text?
Not I can see unless it's done email.
Catching up slowly, guys. Jess sounds like a 2 cats, Mark. They only seem to wake up when it's food time. Yeah. And Moneybrook Junction, Mark and Lisa. Welcome in, guys. Good to have you in. And Cozy. Welcome in, bud. Good to see you.
Henley, Montrose, Highland Railroad.
Oh, cool. Nice one. Who's the short guy in the middle? He's going to hit me for that. Mark, Donegal Dad. I was actually listening to Turn Back Time by Cher, the video. Lovely video. If you've never seen Cher singing If I Could Turn Back Time, the original video, just go watch it. Well fit. And we jumped. Where have we jumped from? Chris, my whole layout has a 5mm pore insulation on it. It's pretty effective minimizing sound. That's good to hear. Like I said, Jason's recommended the one he's used, and I know he said someone else has used it, so I ordered a roll of that. I'm just kind of praying at the price of it that one roll's going to be enough. I don't think so. It's going to be expensive. Whose idea was it to do this? Oh yeah, it was mine. If I come up with these crazy ideas again, can you just not listen to me? No, this is true. Right, you're not reconstructing Grace's mountains to still beautiful no matter what profile you take the picture on. They are actually
In place.
where's the camera? Oh, over there. You did it. Alexa, turn on the train line. See if we can. It's the only other camera working right now. Too close. Too close. Way too. Oh. I'm going to disconnect this in a minute. Let's bring that over there. Is that any better? No, I thought I'd disconnect. I knew I was going to do this, guys. I shouldn't have done it. I knew I was going to do it. Bear with me a second. Deactivate. Activate. Come on. So yeah, that is actually the height level. So they've not moved. That is the height level they're going to be because they're now sitting on the base. Trains, etc. Evening, welcome in, bud. Good to see you. Outlook. Oh, right. Okay, mate. I shall check that in a moment. And we jumped. Right, today wasn't a good day. Very busy in the morning, perhaps too busy, but a nice day then. Some Muppets thought it was a good idea to have members meeting outside in the cold. Oops. It's been peeing it down all day today. Mark, isn't Cher 120 now? She might be 120, looking about 60. And she'll never be able to stand too close to a fire, I'll tell you that much. Currently supping at Henry Weston's British Vintage Cider Rob. My first try of it, and it's nice. Excellent. Gary, classic video Rob Cher has turned back time. Did you know her son was in that video? In the part where she kind of bums with one of the guitarists, that's her son.
Mum, what's yours with Cher?
And Snowy and Loki. We had a lovely visit, didn't we? So when I went to the hospital, Grace didn't give her monkeys. She buggered up out with Snowy and Loki. And I come back and I'm having a play fight with Loki. And he lands on my shoulder. Bless him. Psycho, proper little psycho bunny Loki is. God, whereabouts did you guys meet? I wonder. Oh, yeah, somebody else. Brian April will appear on the shop soon, unless silver. We've got a silver fox, unless it's DCC. Mind you said we're flat broke now. We are flat broke when it comes to trade money.
We need points.
And that's not. I shouldn't have said that because that makes it sound like I'm begging. I'm not person. Honestly, we're not asking for donations or anything like that. It's just obviously it'll take a bit more time. Right, glad you're taking time to do the track properly. Nothing wrong with the first one, but no, there was plenty wrong with the first one, Ray. Grace, you're missing something out of your handbag. You've left something at Loki's. Is Loki chewing it, Snowy?
Don't tell me a glove. Don't tell me the little got a glove. Oh.
Oh, in that case, Loki's
I don't actually know. My handbag is a TARDIS and I forget what's in there.
David Green, welcome in, Dave. Oh, I said the high back. Sorry, just trying to catch up now. Limo, I've had lots of trouble signing in tonight. My phone provider wasn't receiving text. Anyone else? Ooh, that's not good. Snowy, you did blow on his bum. I did, didn't I? And he's much like Morgan and that. Loki and Morgan, they're both the same crossbreed. And they don't like people messing with their bums.
No, but Loki's more shit, so.
Loki is more, yeah,
tail.
yeah. And you blow on their bums, just even lightly, and they go skin. Maria, no, one of the songwriters on Blue Mac, Noam Grace, your papa, and I worked with him. He's in the video as well. Okay. It's a mess, bro. It is. It's an absolute bomb site. Actually, if I can, what I'll do.
Yeah, we've already put it out to patrons and members. Just move tray.
Trey?
Words
Yeah.
before it.
No, yeah. So as long as this camera does not disconnect, can you transition it over? As long as this camera doesn't disconnect. So that's where the church was, and the old girl going round. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to just do it this way. It's gone, guys. It's totally gone. And if anybody has a bright idea of ever restarting their model railway layout, think about it 5 times and then don't do it.
Oh, both my gloves. Pair of purple gloves, and he's been very good. He hasn't touched them. Oh, jeez. There's something about them gloves you just love. God knows when I'm going to get them back. I know they're safe with you, though. Where did I even get them from? That was a service station, I think, actually.
Yeah, we've had nothing but rain today. It has been bloody awful. Grace done a cracking job getting the track and ballast up. Yeah, and to be fair, we've saved a lot of the ballast and most of the track.
Royal we.
Yeah, the Royal we. No, Grace. Tony, too late for me, Rob. But yeah, you're ahead in the journey, aren't you? 5 times over, Tony. Tony, Chobitson Junction has taken his layout up. It's his end gauge, isn't it, Tony? He's taken his layout up so many times. And to be fair, the guy's an artist. He really is. Oh no, you broke it. We have broke it just a little bit, Mark. Like I said, where I came up with this idea, we've never liked that outer loop and the inclines because it was always failing. And we didn't have trains running side by side. And then Simon SJ and Lord L mentioned DCC. Yeah, Simon, I'm going to blame you and Lord L. So yeah, it's time for a change. Yeah, Adam, not a glimmer from the solar lights. Terrible. Vitamin D required. Your mum's had sunshine most of the day.
We've not been around it, really, have we?
No.
And it is different over there.
Oh, Jesus H. Headphone warning, guys. Grace. Come on. No, it's got to be done. It's got to be. No, she doesn't want to.
No, I've not got the voice for it.
It's Kevin. So yeah, that's one thing I am going to get onto because mine's taken a battering, and I think Grace's has as well. Is mental health. I'm going to be very quick about this. I'm not going to dwell on it. Sometimes you get the impression of some people that it's an exclusive thing, but there's so many people out there, myself included, and Grace. Grace had a shit time growing up. I'm not gonna.
Language.
I don't care. Grace had a rubbish time growing up. Not because of the family. I will state that openly.
Yeah. I'm glad you added that in.
That's given her problems with her mental health, and every now and again, and I think both of ours have taken a batter this week.
Growing up, but it relationship-wise, that's probably the best
Yes.
way.
Mine,
That badly.
PTSD, OCD, anxiety, depression. Again, some of it in my childhood. And I'll be quite open, I was sexually abused as a child. And the result of it reared its ugly head about 30 years ago. But the PTSD and OCD have come from childhood. I get a little bit tired of people thinking mental health just belongs to them and nobody else has got an issue with it. A lot of people do. A lot of people. And you'll be surprised. You talk to friends that you think are absolutely fine, And if you really talk to them, you'll start to realise they've got issues too. But you need to listen to them. So yeah, that's one of the things. The other one I might go into later or not, I don't know. But ask a mate. For God's sake, don't say things like chin up and things like that, because that hurts. Put a smile on your face or what have you. Just ask somebody how they're feeling. Somebody you think's absolutely fine, because they're always smiling. And that's the thing about me and Grace. We're always smiling and laughing and joking. And obviously, when I lost my dad last year and various other things that we'd gone through, that everybody thinks we're fine. But that's the facade that we put on for YouTube. Nobody understands. Well, I say nobody. There are a few in the model railway world and outside of it that know exactly what Grace and I are going through right now. I'm not going to dwell on it. And we don't want sympathy, do we? We don't do sympathy. But don't be a person who comes across that, oh, woe is me, I'm the one suffering the most. You might not be. And that's that anyway. The other bit I might go into later or not, I don't know. Let's go back to the comments. No glimmer of solar lights. Oh, that was... Oh, so you're supposed to have the aurora up there, are you, mate? Kev, sorry, she's not up a shouting, mate. As I say, that's...
My throat's a bit sore anyway, to be honest. It's...
Mark, tell me about it, Rob. I've been working in it all day. It's not good, is it, Mark? We've been out in it ourselves. The only thing I was glad of is that it wasn't too windy. Maria, you were very nearly in trouble, Rob. Yeah, I didn't.
I was going to say, but
I didn't think the way I worded that wasn't very clever, and I do apologise to the family. But no, Grace has been through some crap in her life.
Where? Childhood, I got a lot. I mean, I'm very fortunate. Brian, Rob, up them, just look after yourself. We can't, Brian. We're not written like that. It's not in our DNA to just look after ourselves. We want to look after other people, which is why we do. It's why we wear green. Thank you, Merwin. John, thank you for sharing, Rob. Sorry that happened to you. We're all here, people. Never forget that. Look after your mental health. It's so important. It's not just me, it's you guys as well. But I do urge you guys, someone you think is all laughing and joking and everything, look that little bit closer. It might be false. Richard's giving hearts, thank you. Totally agree, Rob. Damn it. And damn it, man, I have to look in the mirror every morning. Oh, I know, Andy. If I was you and I had to look in the mirror every morning, I'd crack the mirror. I have to look opposite my bed every morning.
So you can sleep in the spare room. But yeah, we've not done that sympathy. It's just something that's reared its ugly head this week. And we do suffer from it. And
this winter I struggled the most.
The black dog, if people are aware of what the black dog means, go look it up if you're not sure. Black dog mental health. The black dogs visited Major Time this week. There is always someone worse off you. Look around and look at. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? You're having a bad day, someone's having a worse day, and sometimes, unfortunately, we've seen it, haven't we? Especially during COVID. Andy, you only see a prince. Andy, you only see a prince though when you look in the mirror. Oh, John, that was nice of you. So yeah, I've all caught up, thankfully. John, it's okay not to be okay, and that's the point, isn't it? That's the hashtag that goes around. Just remember that everyone, reach out and talk to someone. You're not alone. Chris, every time I look in the mirror, I think, nope, still locally inflict myself. Inflict myself for ease. I might try that, Chris. Because every time I look in the mirror says, no, go away. Do you want to jump in and say hello to your peeps? Come on.
No, I'll have a thingy first.
Okay, you have a thingy first.
Yeah.
We all know what she means. So yeah, we have no more running trains
For now.
for now.
Hopefully this week we can.
This week we're going to look at laying what will be the outer loop down as a test. Once we figure out some wiring, we've got to figure out some wiring for this bridge, because obviously it's going to lift out. It's not going to swing so there can be wires one end. It's literally going to lift out, so it's probably going to involve some copper tape.
It will get knocked with us.
But now we've rebuilt it more sturdy, it should be okay. So yeah, please bear with us while we have no running train, so we can't, that other camera, that one is literally the only other camera we have got at the moment. But they will be back. They're all packed away. All the electrics have been packed away. Grace's village is all safe. Penpidin.
To be honest, everything we've done's mainly been saved, apart from a bit below Penpidin. But that small little bit remains. But everything else has actually stayed, just being moved.
Chris, every time I read that one out tonight. Andy, I look at my legs every day and say, grow your buggers. Just imagine your legs are Pinocchio. Ray, we're up skeleton somewhere. We don't ask. It's up to them to talk about it. Not sure what the black dog means over there, but it's not a good thing over here. That's kind of the problem, though, Ray, is someone with mental health issues might be waiting for somebody to ask. When you walk up to somebody and say, "You all right?" and they say, "I'm fine," dig a little bit deeper. Maybe that's different. Your side of the pond. But what I would personally encourage from working in mental health, my own mental health, and seeing other people's, is ask. And when they say, "I'm fine," just say, "I'll put the kettle on, come on, let's have a chat." Dig a little bit deeper. Not too much, I grant you, because if you're pushing too hard, it won't work. Anyway, yeah, black dog was on me today, very low and crying for a bit. Not good, mate. Brian, me telling you to keep smiling was me not knowing what to say but trying to show you that I need to filter. No, it's Brian, it wasn't directed at you. That was not directed at you. Trust me, I have literally had someone tell me, chin up.
It's like telling someone with a broken leg to go run a marathon.
No, it's like, no, the phrase is, go break somebody's leg and tell them to walk it off. That's how it's meant. No, it wasn't directed at you, Brian. It's more people that chin up because they don't give a shit. I'm swearing to that. I know. Wouldn't be money time on this one. Mark, as I've always said to yourself and Grace, I'm always here if you want to talk anytime. But we know you've got your struggles as well, Mark. We're extremely sensitive to that. And then Paul will slap you for knocking yourself. Brian's the main geezer. Brian, I've had loads of issues, but always have time for my friends. And you've got stuff on your plate as well, haven't you, Brian? And we do know that. The same as when Sarah had been poorly with Mark. How's Sarah doing now, Mark? But Mark had a load on his plate. Grace had a load on her plate when I originally had my shoulder done. And it's hard. And Grace was there for me when I lost my dad. And
looking after you is a full-time job, let alone all that, thank you.
I'm trying to be serious. Yeah, exactly. And deflecting's a very bad sign.
Yeah, well, that's what you do, so you can't solve.
Without Grace, I wouldn't have got through it. And there's no telling what I would have done. And that's me being the honest truth. And if I go even further into it, when I was, let me think, 1993, so I would have been 21 years old. I made 3 attempts at my life. There you go. Carl's don't know what to say because I don't want to sound patronising. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry, mate. Honestly, I don't have mirrors that are that big, Chris. The shaving mirror has a magnifier side. Enough to get my chin in the reflection. Would crocodile clips work, Rob? I don't know, Scott. I honestly don't know. I'm leaning towards some because crocodile clips, you're still going to have to undo them to lift it out. Whereas the copper tape, I'm hoping it's just a case of lifting it out. It's a thought, though.
Yeah, but that could be a backup if the tape, because the tape might eventually wear.
Yeah, well,
and
you just
not
replace
stick
it with
to
more
thing,
tape.
But crocodile clip, you have the screws and then just detach when you're lifting it up.
Andy Gollum used to be a hobbit. No, Andy, just looking at my friends. Andy, I morphed into Dobby. Or I wish you give a big hug. You don't want to. No one's giving me a hug at the moment. Not with this. Even Snowby yesterday. It was a very, very gentle hug. But it was a nice hug. I'm still bare baseboard here with a Tesla going from an L shape to a full circuit triangle. So cut more wood to build more slim boards before trying. Good luck. Are you going to YouTube it, mate? John, I'm thinking of having a WhatsApp group to look out for each other. Maybe a good idea. I was thinking that with the RGA trains thing, the only thing I've got worried against it is everybody's going to have everybody's mobile number. And that does worry me.
The only other thing you've got is Telegram, or what's the other one gamers use?
We've got Discord, yes. Telegram.
You can set up the username.
Telegram, I'd rather stay away from because of the connotations of that app. Because it's used by a lot of very naughty men. Cause close friend came to see me, laughing, joking, singing. He laughed here, went bridge into the signs or not. Yeah. Very easy to hide it. It's very, very easy to hide it, mate. Right, I did come off my antidepressants thinking I was fine, but misdirected. My wife told me to get back on them because I was not. Cause he was stopped by the police and is now on the mend. Oh, that's good news, Cause. Mark, Sarah's been unwell again. Oh, damn. Give her a hug from us anyway, mate. Right. Here we have what's code 5150 or 5150X. One in male, female. We can only do a 72-hour hold and get released. Similar to a 136 here, but I'm just talking about, all I mean is go and ask a mate, a neighbour. Small Springs, another way. Britain, have you gone and got yourself injured? Have you gone and injured yourself? No, obviously with the shoulder up in 23. Beginning of 24, I had the post-op assessment. I fell down the stairs that morning. And then obviously March, I was assaulted. We're pretty convinced it's done some more damage in there. Went back, didn't really get anywhere. But like I say, 2 weeks back, I was given an appointment for an MRI and an arthroscopy, which is they inject a dye and saline into the shoulder. And they did say it would hurt for a while. When I'm struggling with mental health, I can run my locos just for that 30 minutes to 60 minutes in that time and forget my troubles. Our escape used to be our cameras, but we haven't been out for a while with them, and we do need to. Because once we get behind that lens, the world just melts away. Double O gauge, keep forgetting to film. We do that. Right, Rob, may I ask, what size is your train room? What height is your ceiling? And does it take a lot to heat? Train room, I think it's 15 foot by 20. Ceiling height down that back end is probably about 5'10". This end, it's probably about 6'4", 6'5". And the noise in the background is a diesel heater. We've got a solar panel on the shed down to a leisure battery and a diesel heater, and it works out to about £20 a month. Free electric, it's just costing us diesel. Adam, sorry, because sometimes we never know folks don't or can't come across it. Yeah. Massive thing, you can't blame yourself for not spotting the signs. You can only try to help them. What's that in degrees centigrade? What's what in degrees centigrade? If you're working out centigrade from Fahrenheit, rough guesstimate, take 30 off, divide by 2. Your mum's off to bed.
No, man.
We're in good, get an expert in, but yeah, the only thing is, I had all these MRIs, and they said there was nothing there until they went in and found the car crash, and I've got a feeling that's going to be the same result with this. Adam, just below freezing, albeit freezing rate. That's a bonus. Sorry, Ray, if I missed you saying how cold it was. Right, jump in. Say hello to your fans. You put your stinky feet on. Cheesy. Edam. No, Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola? Whichever it is. I can never remember which it is.
I don't know, Jesus.
Grace needs a virtual hug, guys.
I'm just tired, and I don't feel really start.
Oh, Jesus, that's low.
They catch up with me. Let's get this drunk.
Mine's still hot.
Yeah, I put a bit of cold in. I need to drink it for the caffeine. So new items are going on my site soon too. Train set shop. Hornby A4 Silver Fox for 1. Doing more but shed is -14 today. Wow. Have you ever thought about getting a diesel heater like us? Because it has honestly made such a difference.
Yep.
You know, it's like with work, we wouldn't have been able to obviously come into the shed and do the live. And it does mean, obviously, yes, it's all a part of the moment. But before it was part, it meant we could actually do things on the layout. Literally, last winter before we got it, we were literally coming into film and going out, and that was it. Big hugs. Hey, Cosy, darling, how are you doing? Oh, I'm just tired, guys, honestly. I don't do early mornings. I honestly don't, and I never seem to sleep well, especially on the Friday into the Saturday. 3 to 4 hours is like my average on a Friday night. I'm drinking a beige. It's a pretty beige, though. It's not purple, though.
Beige?
Yeah, that's what Andy said. Why am I drinking out of a beige?
No,
Beige.
beige is American.
Just saying it to annoy you. Grass. Bath.
Okay.
Path.
Dead.
Modern prayers to everyone from me. How's your layout going, David G? Big hugs, Rose jumper looks lovely. It's a cozy one. You know what it is? So while Rob was in, Snowy took me to the local like shopping centre thing, and it's something I don't do that often. Obviously, Rob with his anxiety and things, shopping is awful for him. But I'm not getting out as much.
Again, mental health.
Yeah. So I can't really do that looking around shops. And it was nice actually to have a girly day, wasn't it, Snowy? Just us and obviously Loki and his push round. And it was nice just to be a bit girly, because I know sometimes it does bore you a bit as well when I'm there looking at things.
It's not that, it's the anxiety.
But obviously Rob was in, so, but I did get a lovely bag from Snowy.
Well, there was no point in you being in the hospital, was there, really?
No. I know I could have gone places and gone and bugged others, but can be more. It's tender drive. What's tender? I'll be installing a heat pump later this year. Interestingly, I've heard heating pumps can be quite expensive. The only thing I've heard, because up here they started putting heat pumps in, solar panels, and the only thing I have heard is heat pumps can cause issues.
Not the only thing. You can only install a heat pump if you've got a house that's super insulated.
Oh, okay. There you go. Just food for thought. Obviously not telling you not to go for it, but I've just never heard many good things about the heat pumps, unfortunately, including eating your electric. I was up at 5 this morning, same time as us. Andy, I've never been good with mornings. I never have. I always go to bed around midnight, 1 o'clock, and that's when I'm not in a really bad place. Christ, when I lived on my own, it would be 3, 4 o'clock. I'd done 48 hours before now. But for some reason, I just can't switch off, and I had really bad reflux last night. ever since Christmas, it's really been playing me up. But last night, it really was. And I was cold, and it just, yeah, so about 3 hours, but 3 to 4 every Friday night. I just don't do morning shifts. It's always been nights I thrive at.
I just shut my eyes while I'm driving.
Yeah. But no, I do appreciate hugs, guys, honestly. I should have been at...
Well, we gave Cosy loads of loves last week, so it's great.
I mine instead of the lazy day. What about you?
I'm fine.
That's for you too.
Fine.
And a lay-in and instead a lazy day. This is the thing, isn't it? I think, so for us especially, because of the weekends, because especially 2 days in a row for Rob is a lot on his shoulder. Mondays tend to be our lazy days where sometimes we don't even come in the shed. Rob will not go out driving unless he needs to.
I've got to get Judy's tablets this month.
No, I know. But it's like even my mum, because obviously mum's not been driving a lot since being unwell, she will now book things for not on a Monday because she knows that that's the day Rob just needs to rest. And to be honest, we do crash. Sometimes we come in the shed, but sometimes you just sit here staring in the abyss.
It's like a movie day, isn't it?
Infinite and Central Facebook page, please answer the questions, guys, but it is a page where a lot of us on the community are on it. I did notice, guys, on our communities tab that people can post, there is somebody that's asked a question, if people can go and help him out.
But you can't see it though. 2 seconds.
I don't get it. We have it come up on ours.
I haven't got my Robin Ballard locked in on mine, have I?
I don't know. There. Keep losing my phone. I need to look at that yours because it's nice.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
it is a nice case.
You get it because you've got the Amazon now. Please.
Well, you can transfer the money.
Well, yeah. You can buy a small one and self-install it. I heat my house with one already. Is that a heat pump? Obviously, fair enough if it works for you. It's just here in the UK. There are a lot of people that say some of these are the ones being installed. They've had terrible issues with it, but obviously it depends probably the brand. You got there's a lot that goes into it, isn't it? Haven't done much for layout, lots going on in my family, and only weekend to do anything. Look for a way to mark out radius curves. Rob, hugs you too. Yeah, I think ever since Dad, that's when it obviously went downhill. Yes, we had the engagement, but then my mum was ill. She was getting better. She was ill again. I was obviously in and out of hospital with tests. And this winter just seems to really have sucked. And I struggle with each winter anyway. I think I do get that sad. But this year just seems to have been...
disorder, for those that don't know.
That there seems to be a lot of people actually this year that have said this is one of the worst years. Whether the weather's just been so rubbish that it's just not helped. But I do struggle in winter anyway. But this year has been a bit harder than most. Especially over Christmas, it was just oof. I was up and ready to get to work at 6:50, left for work at 8 a.m. and got home at 7. You can join us getting up at 5 if you want at the station for 6:15, and the same again tomorrow. Tomorrow's later because
we've had a couple of lovely people today.
Yes, we have had nice patients,
and last week
over the last few weeks. Yeah. Touch wood, because otherwise tomorrow we're going to get DCC converted, please, Brian. The DCC guy, Larry Puckett, has a good video of measuring radii, and someone else has some good work on progressive curves. You're going to take a relook at it, aren't you? Because
our fourth radius has to be placed so the APT, because she's got a bulbous nose, it's got to be placed so she can make it through the curves.
I think she might need to come in a touch rather than where you've originally put it. She might need to come.
Yeah. It's not an issue.
The best system I heard of is photothermic panels. So the gas boiler, as it used up to 60% gas to get really hot water. If the ground heat can be boosted like that, but it's more kit to run. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? And it all depends on your house and how well insulated and everything like that's going to make a difference, isn't it? Obviously, this shed, it does struggle on really cold days, but we have the luxury that we can turn it up. But obviously, as soon as you turn it off on a really cold day, you do feel it, because obviously,
Well, we can watch it on there, can't we?
yeah, but there is an insulation, and it's something we said when we were going to redo, we were going to look at getting proper windows, because it's only single glazed as well.
Insulation.
Where?
All the walls.
Not that bit though.
Not that bit, no, but all the walls are insulated.
The heat rises, so it's a lot goes up that way, doesn't it? And the door. Obviously, we lost the step there, didn't we?
Yeah.
That needs doing in the summer. But yeah, the windows, they're very old windows, and we said if when it comes to fully redoing, then maybe we'd get some proper windows put in as well. But obviously, that's a lot of money, especially because that's not like your average size window. Did I spot one German car in a heap of rolling stock in the update video? Oh no, that's Duivo. Yeah, I'm reading again. I'm trying to do more work on my layout, but just keep buying stuff instead. It's not a bad thing. I think one of my next job is to change the CV valves on the logo to make layouts more realistic. Above my head. All groundwater heating system my experience had technical issues. First somehow got filled with kitchen, that and the other exploding, now being dug up. The one thing we said would actually be cool to have, but again, that would be at a later date, is the heat flooring, didn't we? But that is a cost.
No.
Oh.
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Oh, maybe it was just me saying it then. Where are we?
Right, I'm just going to drop a link in here. Someone was asking about the insulation. That is a link to the insulation that Jason's recommended to me. But at £37 a shot, I'm really hoping that it's only going to be one roll.
Yeah, one can preheat the inputs for a furnace. I bit the bullet and spent 15k on a system for a whole house, and so far it's doing its job, minus 14 and all. I think that's our other issue as well. I don't do cold wet, and obviously on shifts, we're out in the cold but wet, and sometimes when you're between jobs, you're sitting there and then you start hurting, and that doesn't help either. When it gets a bit brighter, warmer, we'll be out the vehicle more a lot as well, aren't
Yes.
we? In summer, the doors open, breeze, but
We were
it's
sitting
horrible.
on the curb and stuff, weren't we?
Yeah, but it's horrible when you're sat in the truck and it's pouring hard with rain and the wind's blowing. You're surrounded by glass, so as soon as you turn the engine off, the heat goes, but you don't want to fill up the DPF. So
That's the thing with a diesel engine. You cannot just leave it running all day because you kill the DPF.
the APT has a lovely nose. Yes, I believe the first and second one, there's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, the second one's a shorter nose.
Don't forget to hit the like button and support Rob and Grace by sharing the live if you can. Look, Johnny, I'm obsessed with TikTok storage trolleys for tools and modelling supplies at the moment that fit under the baseboard. I wish we could do underneath our storage a bit better, but I don't know. One of these days, I'd love to like build drawers that you can just bring out, and then you wouldn't have to climb under the layout. Grace, with a reflux, can you cope with a little bit of bicarb soda in a glass of water? Not a lot of bicarb, quarter of an egg spoon, instant relief. So I'm on famotidine. Last night didn't help, is I took it late, and I'm on the Bevering because they're also looking at IBS, and obviously I didn't have any of that before meals yesterday.
We're just going to shoot you. I know what I'm going to do. I've got to go to the vet for Judy on Monday.
Yeah.
Why don't we just take you and put you down?
Yeah, that's probably the best idea. But I am on Gaviscon as well, and that does help. I think it was just a combination of taking my tablet a lot later because I've only just gone back on it as well, so I don't think I've built up that tolerance. Bio yogurt seems to help settle a little bit. It's a combination of things, and when I've not slept, it gets worse.
Ambulance is not good for your diet, is it?
No, that doesn't help. It's not like I can just do here and make something. It's fried fruit or a sandwich.
Fried fruit?
Yeah. Vinny has come on my lap and was listening to the live. Ah.
Did you say hello to Timber?
Timber, no, I haven't. Because I've come in after you. I don't know who you said hello to and who. So
I just come in.
Oh, hey. Oh, I wasn't there yet. That's why. I keep buying Locos and rolling stock, but I've bought parts today to hopefully fix my MGR wagon's derailing. Nice one. Well, that's the issue as well, is we realised the track, obviously, especially me, I had a habit of when connecting them, I connect them up, but I do it slightly wrong, and that was so evident on the top line. It was causing derailments, and we had a weird angle on that bottom one, didn't we?
Yes.
Rob, can you do some of the walls once you've done the layout?
Do what to the walls?
We need to get a bit of foam under there, actually, because that is missing a bit of foam in that wall down at the bottom, isn't it?
Polystyrene. Not foam.
Right, I'm off to the pub, toodaloo and hugs to all. See you later, Chris. That is
Take care, Chris.
irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. So yeah, I got diagnosed with something when I'm younger, but my mum can't remember what it's called. The one I was diagnosed with is the bits in your stomach that taking your nutrients are apparently third shorter than they should be. So that's why I've always been diddy, but I don't know if it's a combination of things, and apparently IBS can be brought on. So, but sometimes
You are losing track of the comments, Chris.
Okay. No, everyone's saying bye valleys. They're talking about the heater. Let's go to Brian. P foam is quite hard. I've not tested it, but EVA should be better. And this product is actually sold as a sound defender. Grace says a tip-top metal tool trolley, black or red, 26 levered. I've got one perfect just to wheel under the board. Ooh, that would be handy to wheel things out. Well, definitely not needed. Exploding pumps. Little Britain has a good system.
Double O gauge journey. You missed a comment. Just look at the phone.
Where?
Looks great. Would you add anything
Where?
else under the track? Higher up.
Tell me where.
Right below where Paul said, Rob, can you do some of the walls once you've done the layout? Right below that.
I can't even see that now. I do apologise.
At the moment, no. We're going to try it with just the track sitting on the phone. Jason has actually been brilliant. He's given me a step-by-step, hopefully to prevent the glue from the ballasting ever touching the wood. And that's where the issue is the ballast going down, the glue on the ballast, and you just getting a direct link from ballast, from the train track to the wood.
Marilyn, hiya darling, and thank you, sweetheart. I can't take Gaviscon or Panic Loopy. I take Pepto-Bismol. So I have a tiny bit of water when I take it, just swallow it, because I couldn't do it without either. It's been proven scientifically that foam is quieter than cork, but actual difference is very small. IRS, irritable Rob syndrome.
Yes.
I like that one. Or IGS for you.
Yes.
I know it can be a lot to deal with sometimes. Not to minimise your ailment, but there's some people that would pay for a less efficient stomach. So yeah, that bit is all right. The only problem is I've lost weight because I've not eaten properly since his dad's. So putting it on is a task. So if I look a bit, that's partly why.
Timber, the foam's already ordered.
It might be better and shit. Oh yeah. So the foam you're getting is 50 metres. 2 will do your layout and the walls.
15 metres squared.
Yeah. Eugene. Hey, hello, how are you doing today? Good afternoon, everybody. I'm doing good today. Good afternoon, Eugene. I'm guessing America with it being afternoon for you, because it's evening for us now. Timber, it's all irrelevant as soon as your ballast sets.
Well, no, that's the idea. If you do it in certain stages, the glue on the ballast will never touch the wood. So the ballast is literally only glued to the foam, and then the foam is stuck down to the wood. So there's no direct contact between your line and the wood itself.
Did I put the Met carpet?
As long as I stick with Jason's Jason's guidance.
You're going to have to reprint those two.
Why?
Well, that one's split, and that one's gonna.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I can put a few more out.
I think maybe overloaded them ones a bit.
Yeah. I printed some storage boxes out and wish I hadn't bothered. As I said, timber, it's already ordered anyway, so.
Oh,
And it's
pardon
the
me.
stuff that Jason's used on his. And as you know, Jason's is blooming silent. Little Britain, timber, I'm just repeating received wisdom. I'm going to do some comparative tests myself. It might be well be different with foam, but cork gets soaked with the glue and transmits the noise. Yeah. Well, as I say, this step by step that Jason's done. There goes. He actually sent me quite a decent length of guidance, and I am going to try and stick with that.
No, that's the gardener's cottage. Where's the crofter's one gone?
Rich, Rob, have you printed any figures on your 3D printer? No, to be honest. If you're thinking of printing figures, you're far better off with a resin printer than a PLA. You won't get the accuracy that you would with the resin. Rob saying the ballast cannot connect to the board. Yeah. So the way Jason's put it is this foam gets spray adhesive contact down, then the track's going to go down, it's going to be lightly pinned, then the trains are going to run for quite a few weeks with no ballast at all. The ballast is going to go down, trains are going to be run for a few weeks, and I can hear quite a few people groan about that. Loose ballast and trains, but I know a couple of people who haven't got their ballast glued down whatsoever, and they have no problems. And then once that's all settled, then it's more about applying the glue sparingly, even though you're looking at a blank chair.
I found another kit I didn't realise we
Right.
had.
Why are they staring at a blank chair?
I'm trying to find the
So
kit.
yeah, instead of soaking and soaking and soaking, it's just putting down enough ballast glue to grip the ballast, and so that it doesn't soak through the foam into the board, so there is no direct contact between the two. That's in theory. Comparative tests are not a bad idea. That bodes well for me using laminate floor underlay as my trackbed, as it's waterproof. Didn't know that. No, you must not use pins, else you're just connecting. No, the pins will be coming back out. The pins are only there to hold the track in whilst the trains are running before the ballast goes in. They will not be staying there. Not a single pin will be staying there. Little Britain, I always wondered whether I could just run with loose ballast. I know 2 layouts at least that have been running for years on loose ballast and never had any problems.
Just don't hoover it up. Don't make a mess around it and need to hoover it up.
I use copy decks instead of PVA. It's rubbery and doesn't go hard. Fair enough. Adam, sounds like a song I know. Platforms and trains. How about on cassette? I have to go through the cassettes to see what's still recordable. Still. To a sound card. Grace has the Halo cam. Have you guys got any issues with it? Have you got lines or anything? You turn the light off on it. Is it on? Because that usually causes issues as well, doesn't it? So, if there is so little difference sound-wise between cork and foam, why does this then matter so much to people? The cork, the glue tends to soak straight through the cork, which then you've got the direct connection between the rail and the wood. And especially with us here, the sections that weren't ballasted were so much quieter to the sections that were ballasted and glued. John, what's Grace building tonight? What are you building, Grace?
That crofter's cottage.
A crofted cottage. Little Britain, it would matter to me because intents to run with sound. but not to have to run super loud to overcome the rattle of the rails. Yeah, you want to hit. All you want to hear off them is the sound of the trains going over the joints, really, isn't it? As in real life. Is that zoomed in? I don't know. Great detail. Properties. Configure video. No, it's zoomed right out. Weird. Seems like super close. These chairs are noisy. Need some oil. Mark, no issues, Rob. Sorry, the camera and the light on reminded me about. Oh, that's it. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. SJ, in the combination of all you can do, dead and sand will make a difference. A foam is just one part. Yep. Scott says no lines. Adam, I've got surveyors coming on the 18th to check the windows and door measurements for replacing. Should have been done 2 years ago. Jesus. Right, yes, Rob, I love the sound. Yeah, the sections that weren't ballasted and all you could hear was the trains going over the joints, and it was bloody wonderful. Better late than never, I guess. Sorry. She said that it's scientific fact the difference is so small. That's where the underlying. I have to read that again. I've got dirty glasses too. Just said it's scientific fact that the difference is so small. That's why I asked why the underlays become such religion. I don't think it is small. I don't think it is at all. I will argue that. I don't think that's a fact because there is a huge. It is. It's people's opinions. There is a huge difference between our trains running and, for example, Jason's. You don't hit when Jason was doing his live streams. You see the trains running, you don't hear them. So I think it's a massive difference. The good thing about really cold weather climate is doors, windows, and insulation are built for it already. Nice one. Ivo saw a video a while ago where the problem was basically narrowed down to using 2 light baseboard, but that is with running scale speeds of about 80 kilometers max. Well, ours is 11 mil, if that's any relevant to you. Alright, I have to go now, folks. Night, everyone. Brian, talk later tomorrow. You take care, sweetheart. Night, night, and sleep well. The difference isn't small when you add up all the variables. Yeah, anything and everything you can do to deaden that sound. Anything and everything. But no, I don't think it's a small difference. Don't tell camera. More perception, not science. Huh? What do you mean, Tim? Perception's not science. Little Britain, cork and ballast with PVA glue and plywood is pretty much an acoustic amplifier, especially here. Very much, especially here. Double O gauge, I'm converted. We'll be getting foam roll. Yeah, I mean, watch ours. See how ours works out if you want. Bright. That's the mic noise cancelling. Perception's down to individual. Yeah. So rather than fact, it's pure perception. 6 of one and up a dozen of the other, really, isn't it? It's all individual choice. So what's other variables? So why do they not sell cork for vehicle soundproofing? I don't know. Mark and Lisa, Rob, we use Morrison's yogurt mats instead of cork. Sweet, never thought of that. Probably cheaper than foam roll. Oh, I don't know, actually. Probably more expensive. Maybe the people's perception make it better than science proof. Yeah, I'm with you. It's you've heard Timbers, haven't you? Have you been to? Have you heard Jason's Timber? Have you actually been there? I can't remember. The difference between his and ours The difference between ours and Lord L's. It's incredible. David, don't question a video on track underlay. She uses the bone pack and you get in parcels. Not a bad shout. So, Timbersurf, you just said it's scientifically proven that the difference is so small. John Hartley, how did you find that, Mark and Lisa? Mark, I just glued to the balustrade to the baseboard on my layout, but then it's only a small single track end-to-end layout, so it doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, I get that. Whereas this one, but as I say, the bits we hadn't ballasted, the sound difference was ridiculous, and you could just sit there and listen. The clickety clack, I think everybody calls it, isn't it? Even the room, the ceiling, and the walls make a difference. Yeah, because you obviously got the echoes on them. I was sold on foam years before Jason did his. May have to look into that, Mark. As I said, it's going to be an experiment. I did ask Jason about just doing it on underneath the track, but it just makes sense just to use the entire sheet across the entire board. So look, okay, I know that a pin is bad, but I haven't thought about the other stuff, but that wasn't part of the track underlay and baseboards. And I suppose that's the other thing that's against it as well is the wooden walls, the wooden roof. I don't even know how that sounds to you guys, to be honest. If it causes any sort of weird sound things. It's like when we're recording videos, we do get some sound issues. We do have to use the sound cancellation on the mics. And then I have to try and do some more noise cancellation in DaVinci. Jersey Bill, I see you have a Raby on staff. We have a Raby? What do you mean? Rabbi. I'm not sure. Also the type of running you do. If you have high speed roundy round noise with prominent short line with slow speeds, it doesn't matter nearly as much. That makes sense. Yeah, but really, given frequencies with a sound meter, human hearing may perceive it as more than science shows. Absolutely correct. Adam, I have used carpet tiles and strips first and then pinned track into the matting, not the board. It's thick enough but not too thick. Well, I said Jason's recommended this 6mm stuff. But let's see how it works out.
We test it so you don't have to.
Yeah. Sound is not an issue on a shunting layout. Mark. John, they're like 6x2 size and about £5 I think we paid. That's not bad. This is £37. I think someone said it was 15 meters squared. So it should be enough, and if it isn't, I'm going to find something cheap to fill in the gaps, as long as it's 6mm. Baseboard thickness is also a factor. Best layout is 4-inch thick concrete. Yeah, I can imagine that.
You know what we could do with not putting it?
What?
Cutting it out. Where we want water.
Yeah. Cut it out there, line it, and pour resin.
Yeah.
Scamperton, Tim. Hi, just arrived. I've been reading back to the chat. Really sound noise from the track. Don't worry about it, Rob. If you have DCC, you won't hear it above engine noise regardless. Yeah, but if you remember ours, Tim, it was a bloody row, wasn't it? Some of it. Timber thin on the board, more like a drum skin. Yep, that makes sense. There's even a unit phone to measure perceived sound. Yeah, there is actually, isn't there? You can get a decibel meter on your phone. How are you doing, Tim? Good to have you in the chat as always, sir. But excuse me, as I say, it's an experiment. And we will always take, we've always said it, haven't we, Grace? We will always take hints, tips and tricks. Granted, we will take those hints, tips and tricks and we may still stuff up. And it's like I've said to a few people, we're not going to make the same mistakes again on 1.5. We're going to find a whole load of new mistakes to make.
It's something that I've missed.
But it's all down to personal opinion. Some people might not be bothered by the sound. Us, it was doing our noggins in. And I think it was a few of you guys, because we always got the comment about, oh, is it raining outside? No, that was just the train going over the ballasted bit of track. But it was doing our noggins in. And it does mean that any DCC sound we have, we can set the sound CB even lower again. David, does anyone know if anyone lifted the track on curves to create? Let me start that again. My brain's not working. Does anyone know if anyone lifted the track on curves to create cants, or doesn't it work on model railways? I presume you mean in the angle for a non-technical person like me. The curves, yeah. Simon, just a little thought had regarding underlay. If you use woodland scenic foam as an underlay, would there be a chance that the foam would collapse over time? I suppose that's possible, Si. But then again, the amount of time it's down with us, it wouldn't, would it? So, Rob, the old bass player in the band I was in many years ago used to say, you don't learn by your mistakes, you learn to make bigger ones. Exactly, Tony. And newer ones. But really, you haven't made a mistake. You've just learned a way of not doing it. You've learned something. David, super elevation looks great when done right. Everard Junction has videos on it. That would look good on the APT, but obviously not with the rest. Tim, I didn't hear the sound in the stream myself. It was more the ballasted areas, buddy. John, Turner, that's very true, in my case at least. Tim, that is closed cell foam, although a bit hard, and is UV resistant, so will last for decades. Carl, my first mistake was making a 4 foot by 4 foot baseboard against the wall. Now I need to cut a couple of replaceable holes to get to the back. Yeah, that is one thing we've done. We've got little manholes.
That's a thought as well. Noise off the track's going to go on the walls because it's all connected. Where if you had it in the middle and not next to the walls, that probably doesn't make as much sound because it's not bouncing off the walls, is it?
You're using your brain there. I'm impressed. And you are actually 100% right. Adam, indeed, SJ, I've had a lot of roll foam that was so old it was no use. So, okay, I was thinking about using it on my modules, but decided to go with cork because it's more hard. Have a look at this stuff, Si. Obviously, with yours, you'd only need a very, very small amount.
Also, whether you can get it.
Si, drop a message to Jason maybe, or who else used it? Who else did Jason say used it? I can't remember. Because you'd only need a small amount for yours, wouldn't you, Si? How long time did you have the roll of them then? So yeah, it's all an experiment, but we're hoping, as I say, in the next week or so, just to get a test track down. But we do have to sort some points out, which we haven't got. And as you know, points aren't the cheapest to buy.
No, we found that we've got the old style and they're not.
Yeah. Mark, time to nibble some nuts. Dry roasted peanuts, that is. Oh, I had some the other day. Unfortunately, due to my lack of dental ability, I had to mush mine. And I must admit, I did enjoy them. Tim, but it was a Hornby track foam that famously disintegrated over time, but it's also too soft to work and actually accentuates the high frequencies. So, Rob, I've already bought 10 square metres of cork, so I don't want to change. Well, you've also got the option then of not pinning it down, ballasting it and not gluing it. Because like I said, I know 2 people that haven't glued the ballast and they've got no problems at all. SJ, use yoga mat. Sorry, Paul, I'm going to use cork because I already bought it. What thickness? Tim, have you brought new track, Rob? Only the radius 4 curves at the moment, Tim.
Jesus, you imagine how much that would cost?
No, Grace has managed to save a hell of a good chunk of the track. I think it's, like I say, I think it's the points we're lacking. The modern versions, the R612s, R613s, which are now 8072s and 8073s. Adam, I had it for years, but it came from another modeller who had it for a long time before me. So, I ran my first train yesterday on CJ 2.5. Okay, with a couple of papers. Felt so good to be building and not destroying. You'll soon be there. Yeah, that's where we want to get to. And I think that's not helped the mental health side, is doing this because of all the work that went into it. So I think once we start constructing, even just getting a train running, it's going to help. Adam, the cork can be used in other ways too. But yeah, Simon, consider possibly not ballasting the glue, gluing the ballast, not ballasting the glue, gluing the ballast. So, I want to try and find some elastic thing to glue the cork to the board. And the same for the track to the cork. But it's only going up on show, so the sound is not a problem. Yeah, that's true, Si. You won't have an issue there, will you? Unless you start doing your live streams again and running them on that. I remember when Radius Zombie Track did not exist.
I'm back to losing pieces again, guys.
What have you lost?
Oh, I've got it.
But yeah, chatting with Gab, instead of mixing brands, we are going to go with one brand. And the majority of our stuff is Hornby, so that's what we're going with. We'll have to just get the points very slowly. The outside loop, we've got to get the points in on that. Which, if I remember right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 10 points I think we need. But it's getting the proper one. We've got a couple of the newer ones, haven't we?
Yeah, but not enough for the loop now.
No, so we'll have to buy them slowly. In the meantime, we could also always replace them with a standard 168mm piece, I think it is. That's the 601 or 602.
Yeah.
So, don't think I'm going to do lives again, but who knows. Ah, you should do the live streams constructing the module side. That'd be really fascinating. So yes, for now it's going to be Madam Metcalf. Adam, indeed the cork can be used for scenic use, covering board joints, raising platforms as such. Copidex or equivalent is what I use to glue foam and track and ballast, as rubber doesn't harden or add to the sound correction. Right, Rob, tell me what points you want before you buy. Not 100% sure yet, mate. Not 100% sure. But they are the 8072s and the 8073s, which, as I say, is the modern version of the 612s and the 613s.
Oh, I thought it was the other way round.
No, 612s and 613s are the old ones. The 8072 and the 803 is the modern one. Oh, we've had some great sales on track recently. I picked up a load of third and fourth radius double curves. Well, we thank you to Simon SJ. The fourth radius curves, we actually managed to pick them up. What was it, Simon? About 2/3 of the normal price. But unfortunately, the points, the points that we wanted were out of stock, and it was a closing down sale. Mark, the odd live streams that I managed to do are good for insomnia. Shut up, Mark. Ball slap, Mark. Send me a list. Let me see what I need and see what we've got. Bear with me, bro. Ivo. And the only reason I'm saying that is, like I said earlier, and it's not a plea for money. We're not after your money or anything like that. We are now flat broke. Because obviously we bought carriages, which I should, in hindsight, I should have left.
My train.
Grace's train. That was a one-off, and you got that for a bargain. Ivo, was that just a renumber, or did they change technical things too? I don't actually know, Ivo, to be honest. John, stop putting yourself down, Mark. Well said. Scott, I'm back. Had to go and turn the oven on. What are you cooking, Scott? Let's turn it into a food chat, even though it's not a Thursday. So yeah, the next couple of live streams you might find a bit boring. The videos you might find a bit boring because there's no running trains, and we have had previously. When are you going to run trains? We'll take a look at the blooming videos.
I need to debate what I'm going to do about curtains, guys. What I'm going to paint them or get some material.
Scott's cooking pizza. That'll appeal to you, won't it, Grace?
Mm-hmm.
What pizza is it, Scott? Sorry, it was around 2/3. Yeah, I think it was, mate. If I remember right, those fourth radiuses cost me £42 instead of 60 something. So yeah. Bright, I have loads of points at £2 each. So I might have what you want. Right. As I say, just bear with.
Would you have blinds in me?
Because I'm not joking, we are flat broke at the moment. But again, that's not begging for money. We don't want it. What'd you say?
Would you have blinds in the 70s, 80s?
Blinds in the 80s, most definitely. Mark, no slapping here, please, Rob. Sarah might get jealous. Well, Sarah can slap you as well. Sarah, if you're listening, it's not like an exclusive thing. If you want to slap Mark, you go for it.
I'm wondering if to use a bit of this tape and paint it.
John, any chips or garlic bread with that, Scott? Paul glares at Mark. Adam, the express point, Rob. I hate to say this, but check Amazon for them. I got mine from there when you can. I will do, mate. That's the great thing about that AnyRails, and obviously again, thank you to Gav. That he's allowed me to use it. You go into press home, go into info, and it just gives you a shopping list. John, she could join in, Mark. Exactly. Let Sarah join in with the slapping. Little Britain, food. I just put on some pinto beans and make home. Oh, nice. Having toad in the hole. Oh, toad in the hole with mash and beans. That sounds rather nice. Scott, meat feast and a bottle of Aussie Shiraz for after the stream tonight. Will I put a movie? Oh, what movie are you putting on, Scott? Timber, Hornby points have evolved over many years. Each iteration is different, better than last. That's good to hear. Ivo decided to redesign the station modules to something that is more workable and works with less exotic track. Right. Tiling seems to have disappeared from most shops. I know Met cut off do tiling, but I'm not sure you'll be able to get hold of it, Ivo. Cool. I'm going to have a dip out, guys. It's been a long day. Night, guys. Take care. Thank you very much, Cole. You look after yourself, mate. And thank you for dropping in, mate. Mark, don't give her ideas, John and Holly. We are giving Sarah ideas. Mark, turn the volume up so Sarah can hear us. Adam, slap happy session. What a picture. Timber, Pico streamline points are way better than any make of set track. They might be, but we're not going to be doing Pico.
No, we've got no track other than points to work with. So
Yeah. Mark, ooh, pain fest. Mark's getting slapped. Scott, sorry, John and Holly, don't like chips. Sorry. Rob, so have you got all the colours for the wires to go with the NMRA standard? Yes. Yeah, I've got. Where's the box?
over there.
Over there. Let's have a look. Am I alright to show this on camera, Grace? If you don't mind. Or you can show it on camera. So, yeah, you can do it.
No, I'm gonna have.
Okay. I'll bring the boxes over. Bring the boxes over. I have to put it. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll bore you guys. That's not going to work very well, is it? Oh, no, that's why. Let's have the light on it. So, yeah, I've got 6 different colours there. Don't ask me to remember what. Basically, there's going to be 3 sets of 2. And then we have the smaller gauge for the droppers and feed wires and stuff for like lights and track and everything. But obviously, what was I going to say then? But obviously, no, it's gone, guys. It's gone. Yeah, so there's going to be a main bus wire going all the way around with a thick wire. The dropper wires with these ones. I'll have to refer back to Gavin and that site. I've got that site saved. But yeah, that's those 2. And to be fair, they weren't that expensive considering the size of that track. I'm going to knock this back to me though while Grace is having a break. So you're going to have to put it with my ugly mug for a minute. Sorry, guys. Slap away. Not Mark. Let Sarah hear us, please. No night, Carl. You take care. Home BTT points are pretty awful. Well, to be fair, we had an issue at the back on the inner loop, and then Brian and Jeff came here. Me and Grace went out to get some food. They had a play while they were here. They found a couple of issues. Jace pointed me to this new Hornby point, and it was brilliant. Tim, the Pico Streamline, same size set track. The only difference, the Pico Streamline points are better and Flexi Truck is available. We don't want to do Flexi Truck. We really don't. Paul, table tennis paddle. Now you're getting serious. Rich, wires, more wires, Rob. Yeah, but I will be doing it slowly. I will be doing it very slowly. You have been shopping. Yeah. So that's the wires bought. Which turns out... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. The those dropper wires will be coming down off every single piece of track. Trying to future-proof it. Because obviously someone who I'm not mentioning, Simon and Lord Al, got us into the DCC. I know Simon's mentioned about block detection, and that's later down the line. But if we do this, I think that will help. But it will also help with the voltage around the track. Mark, wire me up, baby. I always knew you were a little bit kinky there, Mark. Adam, I got a box of wires like that, Grace. Handy. David, you've been oh my god, you remember that? Yeah. You've been tangoed, that slap craze. Simon, Mark told you, it would be hard to handle tonight. John, slapping and wiring sounds like a completely different... It does, doesn't it? It just sounds... Wires and... Yeah. Oof. All I'm saying is, ow. Tim, I found it far easier to stick with a 16 gauge wire than go with different gauges. Bigger holes. That's all I'm saying is bigger holes. Mark, she's reading a book, Rob, and not saying anything, so she can't hear me. Sorry, Mark must be thinking he's on OnlyFans watching us live. Tim, but yeah, I love pico points. I have a bunch of whole Hornby points, but they'll only be in the fiddle yards. Tim, why FlexiTrack is far easier. That's true. I get that, but we had nothing but nightmares with Flexi. But if any places that we could use Flexi, we do have the track setters that Scott gave us that we weren't planning to use just yet, but now we are. Adam, now a picture of that scene in National Lampoon's Animal House with the yeah. Well, this stream's gone south, hasn't it, guys? We're talking about track, and now, thanks to Mark, it's gone really kinky. Without me telling Simon. Tim, DCC, you never look back, Rob. No, to be fair, and being able to, that train that Simon gave me for my birthday, the sights and sounds on that, I must admit, I am kind of hooked. Brian, just try it, mate. Seriously, just try it once. Get a DCC sound fitted loco. Get some track and just try it. Mark, that would be telling Simon. Sorry, Rob, let's talk block detection when you go engage. Yeah, I can't actually say what I'm thinking right now because that would be too rude for a live stream, but it basically means go away.
Multiply.
Go forth and multiply, yeah. Little Brit, if you're ever going to do block detection, you should isolate sections during construction. You can wire them to the DCC bus with droppers for each section for now and make true blocks whenever. That's the plan, but I'm taking major guidance in this all this time. I really am, because that's not above my head. That's above my head. And I've got the likes of Gavin, John JMC. Obviously Simon knows his stuff. A lot of people to fall back on for that, frankly. But any of you, if you see, as always, never tell us we're right or wrong. Just hints, tips, and tricks. If I'm doing something on a video and you comment on that video later in the week, don't say, no, you're wrong, Rob. Give me a better way of doing it. That's all I ask. Insulated joint, it's easy to put. Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, at the moment, there will be insulation between the outer and inner loop because one's DC stroke DCC and the other one will be pure DCC. Mark, she can hear you, Rob, as I have the stream on the living room TV, but she isn't saying anything. Love you, Sarah. Slap him, please. Tim, exactly. Just use plastic rail joiners when, yeah. Pico plastic rail joiners where you want the detection to be. Okay. Because we saw those the other day, didn't we? Mm. So that's that. I mean, I don't want to go into that right now because I don't want to go in. You know, I'm still learning, guys. I can't do this without you. We can't do our live streams. We can't do any of this without you. Hints, tips, and tricks. But block detection, not just yet. Mark, Brian loves DCC. Brian, pigs will fly first. Double up Carl, I love DCC sound. It's amazing, it really is. And then when I discovered by pure accident that Simon's train has not only got the glowing coal fire in it, like some of Andy's do, but it's also got a little light in the cab as well. DCC Brian. Yeah, I'm laughing at Brian. Brian, I've just seen a spider pig. Does that count? Spider pig. Spider pig. Never say never, Bright. Tim, Brian loves DCC Rob. He spent ages driving mine around. I have it. You've got video evidence of it. Really? Tag us in it. If you upload it, tag us in it. Adam, oh, on the roof. I love that song. I do love that song. Never, says Bry. Richard, I Brett Bryan is a closet DCC man. Timber, Rob, having solid single core wires is not the best option. It's one of them though, isn't it? Like I said, I'm just going with that NMRA thing. Obviously, with it being a national Model Railway Association thing, it's a fairly good thing to look at. Bri, Tim, remember I need to come. Ooh, Blackman. Tim, remember I need to come and see you, so be careful. Richard, and now Adam's going. Spider pig does whatever a spider pig can. No, Simon. As a single wire, they're not flexible to make crack if you overwork it. Bend to sharp. Yeah, they won't be overworked. Mark, Brian loves DCC so much he has a special OnlyFans page for it, just to himself. I remember. Sorry, Finland Central. If Mark is telling the truth here now, what are you doing on that OnlyFans page with your DCC logos? It's all coming out now. It's all coming out that Brian really is a closet DCC lover. It's just he said he hates DCC so much, he just can't face admitting to it. Yeah. Come out of the closet, Brian. So many people do every single day. And they're welcomed with open arms, even though they're so worried about being rejected. David, Baggy TMD just found video of his 66 on cold startup. Oh, nice. I do like that as well when they're starting up. Brian, don't mix business with pleasure. But I thought your pleasure makes you money, so that turns it into a business. Solid wire is better in such situations, though, especially where stray whisker could cause problems. Yes. And obviously with connecting as well. I know Timber sent me some links to these newfangled connector things, but I've still got a load of these. How do I say Jaeger, whatever it is? I can't remember what it is. Connectors. If I can't, then I'll move on to those ones. Tim, I'm quite enjoying selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Sold nearly 500 quid worth of stuff. So what? Nice one. Timber, solid wire should only be used on equipment that will never suffer vibration. Well, these shouldn't suffer vibration. Carl, DCC Anonymous. Hi, welcome in. Hi, good to see you. John, stray whisker sounds like a cat. Vargo. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Denson. You know the ones I mean, don't you? The little plastic ones with the clips. Wago connectors. I've been looking at them this week. I'm getting confused. I know it doesn't take much, guys. I'm getting confused now. I've lost my coffee. Ugh. But yeah, where are we? I can actually bring the page up. Where is it? I had it the other day. And now I've lost it. Let's have a look. Is it that one? No, I've lost it. Should have saved the actual page. It's German. Little Britain, I heard good things about the Connect. They're pretty, and they're so easy to use, and they're also dead easy to just hook glue, stick them under the layout. but I might be using a different way of connecting them. I'm not sure yet. But I know what I will be doing is, as I say, each track's getting its own wires. I'll be dropping them down through the board. Then I'll be putting the bus wires, so the bus wires are actually near to it, so there's not loads of wire hanging around. Adam, we use them on our layout. Very good find. Timber, but Brits we just say Wagow. Tim, yeah, I got a guy who's bought a few things off me. I tend to want to solder everything out of this fancy temperature controlled soldering station. I've got one of those. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tim, Bright, are you coming round soon to buy these 3 wagons? Are they DCC wagons, Tim? If they are, he'll be round tonight. Trying to get my system stable for live streams. Oh, nice one, mate. So, can you solder Mark's lips together? He's had a few ciders too many. Bri, yeah, Tim, I've had the money in my pocket for the last 6 weeks. You see, you mentioned the fact that the wagons are DCC, and he says, yeah, I got the money. Charming, Simone. Soldering may sound like the most robust solution, but soldering upside down under a layout is a nightmare, plus connectors make it easy for fault diagnosis. Yes, I'll agree with that. I must admit it's not one thing I've attempted, and I will not attempt is soldering upside down. I'd burn myself enough, thank you very much. Yeah, Mark, I can't quite reach him from here on Terry, but I recommend super glue. John, SJ, that's definitely on any page with wire and slapping. Bryce, joking apart, it's the sound in DCC I really don't like. But you don't have to have the sound, Bryce. You can turn that CV off if it's turned on. Or you just buy a DCC chip without sound. But the control you've got in DCC compared to DC is incredible. Plus you get all the lights and stuff. True, that's why I made my baseboards hinge up. Not a bad shout. Adam, it's a recommendation I'll take, John. They look neat and I use them. Imagine them use section wiring, colour light signal possibilities. Yeah, this is why I want to get this right. The fact that I'm open the body box now. Those wires there are the same colour as what's going to be the bus wires. So you know what's what. And then when I break it, I can turn around to Gavin or John JMC or somebody and just say to them, and when I've done it the proper way, they'll probably know exactly where I've done it wrong. Tim, Daypole stuff, cheap and cheerful. Do it for someone who, new to the hobby who's working on a budget. Nice one. Ideal Adam, and with no screws that will fall out of terminal blocks. They're just so easy, those connectors are. You just stick the wire in and push the clip down. I've even got it. These lights here, same connectors. Plus connector will make it easy to upgrade block detection. Fair enough. Little Bryn, I don't like it either, but I found that if it is turned down so you can't hear it at 2 yards, it's actually really good. And that's why I want the track noise down. Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Obviously Simon's, with Simon's help, we managed to drop the volume on that train by half because that was really loud. The speaker's brilliant. And then once I get this down, it'll get turned down again. And then John JMC obviously got hold of the Coke logo. And yes, artistic license for the actual sound. Who cares? We're all one. That's got sound, but we're still trying to find out how to control the sound. What CV is to turn that down. But it's the lighting, because John forgot what CV the lighting was on. Because the light's up inside. Adam, Big Clive test a few of the off-brand ones too, but 12 volt, 18 volt application. They're busy. Hi, what's the proper way? Exactly. There is no proper way. It's your way. You, like us, you can ask for advice. Or you can try something, and just to pick a name out here, Brian. I do something on the video. Brian looks at the video, he can drop a comment below. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it, Rob, but why don't you try this? Never say to someone, you do that, end of story. That's the right way, you're doing it the wrong way. Unless you think they're actually going to break or damage something, or you say, listen, you need to stop that now because you're going to burn that loco out. Mind you saying that, by the time you watch the video, it'll probably be too late. Don't ever tell... I'm a firm believer in don't ever tell someone they're right or wrong. Well, you can tell them if they're right, but don't tell them they're wrong. Just give them advice to do it a better way. That's my thought. Brian, DC no good for my layout. Why not, mate? Why not? Indeed, Hyrule 1. And that was another one. A person who I won't name, who's been banned from our channel, you probably figure out who it is. He turned around and said that rule 1 is for losers who can't do it properly. And those were almost his exact words. Sigh, it's on my bucket list. Let's see what's actually going to happen. Oh, love the Coke Loco. I have the Hornby Police 37, which is quite loud. Oh, I do like that Hornby Police one. I do like that. Little bit. And the other good reason for DCC is simple layout wiring on a more complex layout. For me, the biggest, even only downside is the cost and the fact that some of my locos don't work so well with it. Mostly pancake motors. At some point, I want to have a go at converting a loco to DCC. And whilst I don't watch or subscribe to Jenny Kirk, I caught one of her videos the other day because I was searching for it, and she's made that conversion look so easy. And that is taking one piece out, wiring the two leads into the circuit board and using a 4-pin DCC chip. That she did. Fair goes to her. She's obviously got the knowledge well above ours. Not my cup of tea. Not that she's done anything wrong to me. But she did make that look so easy. So I need to find a loco to mess about with. Indeed, it's my view, don't take it for granted. Yeah, exactly. And if you like it, it's... Do you guys remember... Other side. No, that side. Do you guys remember the fuss we had with Grace's Mountains? Where she was painting them one night and there was so much crap, and it was crap, coming in off the comments while she was painting it. Oh, slate doesn't look like that. You know, you need this colour, you need that colour and everything like that. Grace was getting upset with it. But it's not just that. 15 miles down the road and you get surrounded by slate. And guess what? It's that colour. And then one of our subscribers from the other side of the country who'd actually visited, was it Blaenau? I think he said he visited Blaenau Festiniog, which is a major industrial slate area. And he took a photo and it was almost identical to Grace's Mountains. So do it your way. Rule 1, take advice if you want to. Just don't take crap. Sorry, I'm losing the comments here, guys. Sorry, Rob, like a conversation about the storage you wanted. I didn't say much, but you figured out what I was going to say. Yeah. I get what you mean, Si. But I do love that loco of yours. Right, the biggest reason I wanted to see is the cost, so what happened to my... I do get that. It's not cheap, mate. It isn't. It isn't. Which is why I'd like to learn to convert. Because we've got so many blooming locos now that are old DC. I'd rather convert them to DCC. Yeah, they won't have sound. Doesn't matter. But it's just smoother running. Roberts is here. Hello, matey. Hope you're keeping well. Even Robert Grace and everybody. You can use DC for turnout motors and lights to save load on your DCC bus. I do not like connectors because I could not tell about power to each section of the track. I get that, so you could have indicators for it. Block detection does indicate on each block because they have pretty flashy lights. But you could also wire an LED into that section to show if you've got power or not. But I do get where you're coming from. Tim, I try and be prototypical, at the very least realistic. However, I do have some poetic license on my layout. Exactly, Tim, and you've hit the nail on the bloody head there. Because that Coke Loco, John had an old sound chip, sound chip lying around. It was from an American Loco. I don't care, because it sounds bloody awesome. And it's even got American radio on it. Once we get it all back up and running again, I'm going to go through all the sounds on that with you. It's easy for most locos. I've done a Bachman split chassis loco myself. It's just something I need to learn, buddy. Timber's DC conversion is easy unless it's a split chassis. Fair enough. Mark, I may go DCC on future layout at some point. We'll have to see. It won't happen on the current standover layout due to the interlocking signal system. And that's your choice. There is nothing wrong with DC. There is nothing wrong with DCC. If you like purple locos, if you like red locos, it don't matter. It's your bloody choice. If your layout works for you, no need to spend money that could be spent on more models. Valid point. Very valid point. Adam, indeed, Rob. 12 volts for the solenoid signal, 16 to 8 volts, 18 volts per line. Paul, Jason and Mark Donegal got videos on how to DCC a DC loco. I will take a look. Thank you very much for that. If you find it before me, Paul, send me a link, please. Right, Rob, if you need advice on DCC, just message me. See, we'll get you converted, Bri. Check, research each logo before attempting and be extremely cautious if it's a split chassis. Yeah, which is why I'm just going to experiment on a loco. I'm going to buy a cheap loco, Timber. Just buy a cheap loco and never mess with it. Tim, you can always add the sound file in the future, Rob. Yeah. Once I learn how to do it. Train set shop, yeah. Adam, yeah, apparently it can be done, the Timbers. I haven't done one, but someone has done it. Timber split chassis is possible, but there are a few that just ain't worth the work you have to do. Right, that's why I use DCC to control my DC locos. There you go. Robert, how do you know you have power to each section of the track in that block? That's above me, Rob. I'm sure somebody else can advise you with that. If someone else can answer Rob's other Rob's question, please. I found a PDF guide for a split chassis and it served me well. Will someone educate me? What the hell do you mean by a split chassis? Bryce, split chassis isn't impossible, but permanent damage to the chassis will happen. What's a split chassis? We will have to finish in a few minutes. I have just noticed the time, guys. Obviously, we're up at 5 again tomorrow morning. And I know someone's tired. Yeah. But I will wait for a minute because I do want the explanation on this split chassis. I'm that nosy. You need to wire each section to the bus. Then there are little light up testers you can test with. I was thinking that, can you not just wire an LED into each section underneath? And then the advantage is you've got underneath your layouts all lit up. I don't know. I'm just guessing, guys. Just ignore me. I know you do. Come on, someone's going to tell me what a split chassis is in a minute. I know they are. Split chassis is when the loco does not have pickups, uses plastic axles and takes power from each side, each half of the chassis. Simon, shoot it off. So where does the power come from then, Little Britain? If it does not have pickups. Split into on main line and early Bachman mod. I have coaches I bought for £1.20 each, wagons for £4 each. I'd rather put the money into the track and as many new locos as I can. Split chassis, a large chassis is designed where the locomotive's metal frame is divided into two electrically isolated halves. Alright, that's it. Yeah, we'll stop there. No, I'm going to get something simple to try and have an experiment on. But I will ask Paul Woods to do the honours, if you don't mind, please, Paul. And we shall bid you a good night. Thank you so much for dropping in. Don't forget, Andy's link will appear once we end our stream. Jump over to Andy's tomorrow at 1300 hours and show him the love. Yes, it's a split switch. Half sense power to half the chassis. Okay. Each side of the chassis is the pickup. I'm going to have a look at that. I'm not going to start messing with it, but I'm just going to have a look at that just for sheer nosiness. But thank you very much. But yeah, major loves to you all. Thank you very much for the patience in all of this. It is massively appreciated with the sheer destruction that's going on. For the private messages, especially those concerning mental health as well. It's been a difficult week. You all take care of yourselves and catch you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and I didn't do something, so now I'm going to look like a complete idiot. I should have done that. Take care now. Night night.